Mudumalai Tiger Reserve, Anamalai Tiger Reserve, Pollachi Division. On the left of us, we have the Aliyar Dam. Valparai is 40 kilometers from the checkpost. Entry per person is 30 and per two-wheeler is 20 rupees, and for camera it's 300. And it's the gate operating times are from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is an elephant movement zone, and honking is prohibited. Overtaking is also prohibited in some sections, so you'll have to watch out. The officer did warn me that I should be coming back or moving out of Valparai by 6 p.m. because there is elephant movement noticed in the last 1 week post sunset. I don't plan on disturbing the elephants. Let's ride to the viewpoint and probably, enjoy the twisties. Atakatti Forest Rest House. So on the left here there is a walkway beside this hornbill viewpoint, and you can go there and see the dam in all its glory. It's very, very beautiful. I have luggage and I'm not carrying a top box, so I'm not going to go to the viewpoint after leaving all the luggage behind. I've already been there back in 2011, I think, so I'll skip it. Nice waterfall. Look at this beauty of this engine. It's a climb, it's a guard. 15 kmph second gear. Move to first gear, I'm at 1000 rpm or 1100 rpm. The throttle is so well mapped. Of course, this is not a ride by wire, but this is why in the Ghats we should, or in the mountains, should always keep enough space. Many drivers treat it like a city driving scenario, wherein space is, just in straight lines, you're moving left, right. Here it's, you'll have to give way, know the turning radius, know that older buses, older trucks have manual steerings. Oh, that kind of knowledge is a rarity these days. You have 360 cameras, and operating a machine is not equal to being a driver. So majority of us are machine operators and not drivers. That causes accidents, creates perceptions. In certain areas, certain classes of vehicles are considered, the drivers are considered to be rash drivers. Take Thar for example, and think about Himachal. Wow, this view. This is, I think this is it's breathtaking. Waterfall, premium tea. Oh, they have their own waterfall. Great. Photo shoot locations. Ah, the breeze is now cool. Finally. I think I'll have a sweat-free 20 kilometers ride. In 2011, when I came on the Machismo, I stayed in Valparai. I wish at that time I had taken some videos or photographs. I did take photographs, but I went to so many estates. I was there for 3 or 4 days. I went to so many estates. Tourism was not so rampant. Of course, people did not uh, overkill it. So I could go to a lot of estates, just ride slowly through them, especially when you're riding a bullet. And at that time I used to just wear cargos and a t-shirt and a leather jacket. But the sort of misconception that it's somebody ex-serviceman probably, or currently serving. At that time I was young, so yeah, that also opened so many gates. Like, people used to ask me if I'm here on holiday from my service. By service they probably meant army. And then any tea stop would result in a nice conversation about why somebody would ride so far from Bangalore just to see some tea estates, all of that. Now they know we are tourists, and anyone wearing gear is a biker and a tourist, and yeah, those sort of things. But getting back to what I was saying, I've seen, I'm lucky to have ridden through some of the pristine areas of Valparai. I do not, Sincona, I believe one hotspot now. I think it's a restricted zone now. Sincona, tea estates, and rural villages which are only accessible by foot, and lots of by roads, stuff like that. I even remember some names. Mailadumpara, I think that's one I went to. Mailadumpara is basically where a peacock dances, the rock where peacock dances. That's the literal meaning of Mailadumpara. I think there are a lot of paras like that in and around. The maintenance of this road is gem, 5 stars. If you are reviewing road conditions, that is. Right? Yes, beautiful. Okay, I misjudged that corner. I was in the wrong gear. But Ninja 650 is very, very forgiving. You can be 2 gears too high, it will still not stall on you, and that is a boon. On a corner, if you stall and you're not prepared for it, you are in for a surprise. Samuel Jackson kind of surprise. You know what I mean. Cheta, side there. Okay, gun it. I did not even downshift. I think I was in 4th gear. I'm still not sure. I'm just using the rev range, or abusing the rev range. Ooh, amazing. job Korean song, Bhavam. That's what's playing on my mind. Modiyanam. There's a bump mid-corner there. It was in kind on the suspension, but no problem. Imagine what people I'm imagine what people riding in Isle of Man or in MotoGP feel like. Woof! Just I think I'm doing 50 kph or 40 in some corners, and I'm like, utterly speechless with joy. Imagine going 230, 240 kmph, barreling down Isle of Man. Oof! And imagine the physical fitness. Wow, it's a nice small waterfall. Imagine the dexterity, imagine the neurons firing. Oh my god. Those are definitely superhumans. Isle of Man TT guys. At least MotoGP is in a controlled environment. This too is a controlled environment, but if you go off the road, then you go into, go off a cliff, or you go crash into a rock. There are no runoffs. There are no cushion areas for you. This part of the forest, I love. Side after the corner is over. I think I'm subconsciously communicating with other drivers. Okay, gunning it. Is that a blind spot? Yes, it is. And now I'm going to... No, that's also blind spot. No overtaking in bends and blind spots. Varna cheta. Anna, side kodanga. Nice. Very nice. കൊള്ളാം കട്ട റൈഡർ Valparai എത്തിപ്പെട്ട. This is where I spotted the lion-tail macaques. Corkscrew. Bad. Patches. മടിയാട്ടും കണ്ടേ കലിയാണ കാടും കണ്ടേ എന്തോ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു മുകളിൽ. കണ്ടേ. I'm so glad I decided to go with the Pirelli Scorpion Rally STRs than a sports tire, because the uneven patches which I'm encountering, the bike is not moving around. It just, it behaves normally. Wherein with sport tires, before I had installed these, the bike would run all over the place because the profile is just, hard, or I don't know how to describe it. But if you're going over an uneven patch, the bike will be like, go all over the place. That's not the case with Scorpion STRs. Wow. Line-tailed monkey crossing. Go slow. Valparai, 14 kilometer, 14 kilometers and kilometers. Emerald Dove, hairpin bend. So the side road you see here, something I was narrating earlier, how before tourists became a problem for locals, we could just be welcome to explore different areas. That's not the case anymore, is my perception. Ooh, corner. That right-hander is tricky. കൊടുക്ക മാട്ടേ സൈഡ് കൊടുക്ക മാട്ടാന്നല്ലോ. That was decent. Let's try how this goes. This was even more decent. G.A. Carver Marsh, probably the guy who did something around here. I'm sure he's an historic figure, but if they haven't contributed to freedom of India, then ചേട്ടാ മലയിലാണോ ഫോണിൽ സംസാരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് വണ്ടി ഓടിക്കുന്നത്? ചേട്ടൻ ഇത് നോർമലായിരിക്കും. Okay, there are leaves all around, so braking will be an issue. No traction control, no ABS. Just God, skill, and engine braking. I think I heard that somewhere, or probably read it on Instagram. Not my original. Malabar whistling thrush. I have an amazing photograph of this bird, glistening in the bright early morning sun from Munnar. Then another one from, I think, Wayanad, not sure. Large scaled pit viper. That no no other machine in India in that class. Of course, there are Hayabusas, there is a Ninja I'm riding, there are BMWs, there are Suzuki Katanas, but RX100, the most accessible and performance-oriented machine, to this day remains that it cannot be dethroned. Suzuki tried with the Shogun. I don't know how many. KB 100, KB 125 by Kawasaki. Whether it's the cult following or whether it's the usability, you know, that machine cannot be dethroned. Of course, I'm biased because I have one. Okay, Nilgiri Mutton. I haven't seen this one. Nope, I've never seen that one. Oh, Valparai. Valparai. Can I go to Valparai? Yes, you can go to Valparai. Line-tail macaque. Yes. It is here where I sighted the line-tail macaque. So the humps weren't there. They probably were put in place with the numerous bike riders or tourist vehicles coming here to ensure mishaps don't occur. And they are very well painted, so you're able to spot them from a distance. Back in 2011 when I came, this town had one lodge or, where you could stay, Green Hill Cottage. 800 rupees per day, per night. That's it. I'm glad there are more places to stay, just in case you feel like doing Valparai up and down a couple of times. Chaya kudikyam, chaya kudikyam. I need to find a tea shop outside town. Earlier I stopped to change Swami tea stall. Wow, nice. Earlier I had stopped to change the camera angle and to avoid conflict with two locals who appeared to be drunk and were selling honey. I had to buy half a liter of honey. I know it's not probably honey, it is probably some sugar or jaggery syrup. Hotel Saravana Grand, Nadesan Petroleum Companies. Deivame, I have come in the worst possible time. I mean, of course, every town will have busy traffic. I can't expect everything to be desolate. So I better take a U-turn and head back, because otherwise I actually have to decide whether I should head back or ride to Munnar tomorrow. Okay, let me do Sholay or Adirapalli Munnar route. I mean Chalakudi and then Kodamangalam and then Munnar, instead of going back to the town Aliar and then riding to Munnar. That is faster, but this is more scenic. So tonight it will be Sholayar, and then tomorrow I'll leave early. I mean, I can only leave after 6 a.m. That's when the Malakkapara forest checkpost opens. So on the way it will be Sholayar Dam. No chance of getting out from under this rock. Oh, luckily he has stopped. More tea estates, more corners, speed breakers also. I think the discs have heated up. They are not stopping, or they are not biting as they should. So, like my friend says, the Ninja brakes like a cow. So, lot of downshifting, predicting your line, it's required. While the chassis is dynamic and the steering is excellent, the brakes are a disappointment. So, shoulder dam here. Okay, this is a good spot to stop and take off my camera.